let's get into it a little bit. Woo, or a lot. Oh my God! So the truck was low on E85, so I went to get some, and there's a gas station that's like 3 miles from my house, but I don't really like the way they operate, so I drive about 15 miles to this place, and they're a little more expensive, but I trust them a lot more. Anyway, now I am data logging. Just gonna drive around a bunch, try and get the VE table close. Justin is making a like a bass tune for me, but I want to see how close I can get it with this, and I just like to experiment. I mean, you learn by doing, is what I always say, so I'm just gonna keep doing. So I guess we can hit the road, start logging a little bit, see if we can make any improvements. Alright, so you guys may not be able to see this screen at all, or me right now, but I'm data logging, and right here are the fuel trims. Basically, I'd like to see those all within like 4% plus or minus, and in some spots we're getting there, in other spots like this 10 over here, we've got some work to do. But the thing that's really interesting me is pretty much, and I've got the PE turned off, so there's no power enrichment. It's not adding any fuel when I get into boost or anything like that. It's all, I'm just tuning the VE table. So the thing that was kind of fucking with us down in Texas is basically, you can see right there is throttle position, it says 42%, and right there is the air fuel ratio, that's from the wideband. And you can see, maybe you can see, that whenever I go pretty much past like 50%, we'll call it 50%, it dips down into the 10s. And this is on the gas scale. I run E85. So with E85, you have to use like a third extra fuel, if that makes sense. So the stoic for gasoline is 14.7. The stoic for E85 is like 9.8, something like that. If you do the math, that's a third difference, right? So with it reading 10.3 right now here on the gas scale, on the E85 scale, that'd be like a 6 something, which is way too rich, which means with power enrichment, that was putting us at like 4 something, which is way not good. So that's definitely one of the reasons it was just stumbling and falling on its face. Hopefully I can get that figured out. I might just have to find like the exact spot. Like I can see it was at 2,700 RPM and the map was reading 111, which is I think like 2 pounds of boost, something like that. So it wasn't really far into it. And I might just have to go into the main VE table here and find, like right here's 2,800 RPM, we'll call that close enough. And then follow this all the way down to, right there would be about 111 kPa, give or take. So I might just have to go into that specific like area and just start pulling a bunch out. Hopefully that'll help. Now I do want to say I am still very much a beginner at tuning. This is all just like I'm learning as I go sort of thing, figuring it out, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work. And a lot of people have asked me you should make a tuning video, and I don't want to do that because I don't want to give incorrect information because I don't know for sure. I could be doing something wrong and not know it, so that's the main reason why I don't want to make a tuning video. I am gonna tune my own stuff, because if I blow my stuff up, I don't really care. If I blow up your stuff, I'd feel pretty bad about that. But that's kind of where I'm at with this. Just wanted to give kind of a little overview of what's going on with it. So I'm just gonna keep driving around, keep data logging the fuel trims, making adjustments here and there. Hopefully by the end of the day, we can get it pretty close to sorted. Also, to the fan that just showed up in this parking lot, I'm sorry if I was a dick, you just caught me off guard. Alright, so I'm starting to make some pretty good progress. I'm still pulling a bunch of fuel out of the top end. I don't know what's going on with the this last time I stopped, I pulled like 25% out of it from 3600 on up and in boost, so like 100 kPa on down or on up, whichever way you want to look at it. But the thing, it's still, with PE turned off, it's still commanding like 10.0, like 10.2 or whatever, which isn't good. I'd want that to be closer to like 14, and then once I turn PE on, I want that to kick it down to like 11.8 to 12.0, something like that. So we are getting there. I can actually make some pulls in the truck now fairly safely. I just took it up to, I think, like 6,200 RPM, and I'll have to check again, but I think it got pretty close to like 8 pounds of boost. It'll probably take me a couple more days to get the thing really close, and then I want to save this tune for this pulley and start working on the next pulley down. All right, I'm gonna start rolling into it. So I mean, the thing's quick, don't get me wrong, the thing's quick. It's doing better than it ever has. We're getting real close with it. There's still just a lot left to do. And I was watching the road, I wasn't watching the boost gauge, so I don't know what it got to there. But I know the fueling was good, the AFR was good. All right, just got two of me papas, and I destroyed his driveway a little bit. I was just so excited at making all the progress that I got a little trigger happy with the right foot. And while we're here, I want to check everything, make sure we're still good there. No pipes blew off. I didn't hear anything, so I wasn't really worried about that. See, the catch can, it collects a lot of moisture. I think that's just because of the E85, but I'm gonna have to do a little bit of reading about that, why there's so much moisture in the catch can. I'd rather it be there than down in the engine, so that's good. It's doing its job, but I still want to know why there's so much moisture, because I just dumped this like an hour ago when I got gas. Well, when I got ethanol. All right, hopefully this is good enough for you guys to see it. The sun is shining right in my window and it's ruining all of these shots, but hopefully you guys can see that. I'll try to do one of these. There we go. So right there you can see the map reading, and it peaked out at about 160 kPa. That's right around like 8.5 pounds of boost. Obviously the colder, denser air, right there it says 55 IAT. The colder, denser air is gonna impact that a little bit, and that is at 50, we'll call it 59, 6,000 RPM. And I don't know where I let out of it. I started letting out of it about there. 84 miles an hour is where it peaked off. Hey buddy, how you doing? Long time no see. Alright, I'm back on the road, and I think I've got the tune pretty dang close. I just did a test launch, and I wish I had the camera on so that you guys will believe me. It didn't stumble. We did not stumble. I still have no PE in it, and it's still way too rich, but we're getting there. With these tires, I have no traction, so it just went up in smoke instantly, but we're making progress. We're making big progress. I really think that I'll be able to take the truck to the first test and tune at US131, and I think it's the first Saturday of April. I think there's one every weekend in April, every Saturday. So I'm gonna try to take this. Hopefully I can take Jack Black too. Now, like I said, these tires have no traction, and down in Texas, those slicks had traction, and that's when it would stumble. So I don't know if that could be an issue there. When the engine sees a bunch of load at launch, if that's when the stumble will happen, or if it'll happen at any kind of launch. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm making any sense. I'm happy that I feel like we're making progress again. Alright, let's get into it a little bit. Woo, or a lot. Thought that was a cop. I really thought that was a cop. So you remember a second ago when I said these tires have no traction? That was maybe half throttle. So Mike, if you're watching, I could really use those wheels and tires back. I might be able to actually use them now. But that's probably going to do it for today's video. There's not really much going on for the rest of the day. I'm just going to kind of hang out with the wife and kid and enjoy my Monday. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. I'll see you next time.